Hello, my name is Daniel Chen. I'm 45. Thank you for letting me be here. It's brighter than I expected. Or maybe that's just how I remember brightness now. Before my world went dim, it was all about light, color, texture. I was a painter. Not famous, not really, but I made a living. More than that, it was how I breathed. My studio overlooked the city park, and I spent hours just watching the light change on the leaves, the way shadows stretched in the late afternoon. My canvases were loud, I guess you could say. Full of cadmium reds, ultramarine blues, greens so vibrant they almost hummed. Seeing, truly seeing, was everything. My wife, Clara, used to say I noticed things nobody else did. The exact shade of purple in a pigeon's feather, the way sunlight caught the dust motes dancing in the air. That was my language, color. Then, about 4 years ago, it started subtly. Headaches, blurry spots that would come and go. Doctors thought it was migraines at first, but it got worse. Rapidly. It wasn't just blurry. It was like someone was slowly turning down the dimmer switch on the world. Optic neuritis, they finally diagnosed. Aggressive, untreatable, in my case. Within 6 months, the colors faded. First, the vibrant hues turned muddy, then everything dissolved into shades of gray, and then mostly just variations of dark and light, shapes, suggestions. The world, as I knew it, gone. The silence. It wasn't auditory silence, of course. The world is still noisy, but the visual silence, it was overwhelming. Imagine living your whole life in a symphony, and then suddenly only hearing muffled bass notes. My studio, I couldn't go in there. The smell of turpentine and linseed oil felt like a mockery. My brushes felt alien in my hands. Who was I, if not the man who painted the light? It was an erasure, like my own self had been painted over with thick, dark gray. Clara, she's been incredible, patient, my rock. But there were days, weeks, months, where I was just lost, angry, terrified. The worst part? Sometimes I'd dream in full, vivid color. Then I'd wake up, and the gray would crush me all over again. Remembering the exact blue of the summer sky but not being able to see it, that's a unique kind of heartbreak. What pulled me out? Slowly, very slowly. It started with sound. Without sight dominating everything, I started hearing more. The rhythm of the rain on the window pane. The complex layers in a piece of music Clara would play. One day, she brought home an old keyboard from her parents' house. It had been gathering dust. Just put it in the corner. I ignored it for weeks. Then, one quiet afternoon, I sat down, found middle C, then the notes next to it. My fingers, which used to know the feel of a brushstroke so intimately, started exploring this new landscape. Notes became shades. Chords became textures. It wasn't painting. It wasn't sight, but it was something. A way to make patterns, to express feeling, to push back against the visual silence with something else. It wasn't color, but it had shape, emotion. So, that's why I'm here. Not because I think I'm suddenly a musician. I'm still learning. My hands still remember paint more than piano keys. But I needed to step out of the gray. To prove, maybe just to myself, that even when the way you see the world changes completely, you can still find a way to share its beauty, or maybe create a different kind of beauty. Thank you.